เข้าเต็มKacau loh, belum balik jam baru nyampe ini. Maju sini, maju. Maju sini.
Well, football is just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's down to business here. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's 4-3-3.
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure...
Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Owen has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that. Inter Milan looking to pass their way through. That's a shade optimistic. That's just playing it safe and simple. That's been won straight back, and here's Raul. Raul really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. It's to go one up. That is precisely what he showed.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
Inter Milan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that.
Salah.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Aimed beyond the defence.
Inter really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
It's a sharp pass. But they've got it again.
Ya ampun.
Knocks it into space.
Van Basten
Showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Mbappe. Raul. Nicely aimed pass. And this is Bale. Bale! That is delicious! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Inter Milan, it's Bale! Glorious! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Well, how's that for a class finish?
That's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Inter Milan get themselves into the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Oh, good-looking ball. Pedri. It's the flank. Serginho is looking to influence the game from out wide. And it's Doué. Mbappe. Rijkaard has given away a free kick. Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. Doué. And the half-time whistle goes. Inter Milan come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. The midway point of the game.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one. Just enjoy it.
Inter Milan are up by the odd goal in 3. Just about shading things at the break. There's the start of the second half. Grimaldo. It's a throw in. Serginho. And this is Van Basten. He's got away. Tries a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's there to get it away. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And this is Owen. Rijkaard. Fernando Torres is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And here's Raul. Stood up well to him there. Thuram. And here's Torres. Well read. And the danger is averted. It's Not an especially good pass, that. Now he's got space here. This is Owen.
Santos really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Well, nicely intercepted. Taken back almost at once. Beckham. And it's Fernando Torres. And here's Bale. Kimmich. Cannavaro takes control of it and he's on the move. Now this could be a chance. And this is Van Basten.
Don't upset me.
And he's straight offside.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Okay, nice.
Substitution in progress.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Out of play for a throw. And here's Van Basten. Serginho. Nice bit of skill and he's away. Quality ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's only too happy to take that back. That has been slung wide. It's run loose here. Very nicely done. Played in deep. Owen! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome. That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled. Strong running down that left flank.
1 minute at a time.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough.
So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable fall behind they may have. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, we're on the way. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's 4-3-3.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players.
Pedri! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Pedri just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
Can he get it through? And this is Bale. Chance, surely! He's delivered all right!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible. Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
So, a breakthrough already. Raul receives it in a good position here. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Pedri. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cannavaro pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Messi. Yamal. Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Robertson. Robertson, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Oh, had to make that, and he did make it. That's going to go a long way. Hakimi. Oh, good read. He read that really well and stopped it. Robertson. Barcelona are looking to break at pace. Robertson is one whose deliveries we all know about. Passing is crisp and sharp. 30 minutes gone. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And that was very necessary. Rijkaard. Bale is onto it in a flash. Good ball over the... Oh, terrible pass. All the way back. Shifted it to the flank. Mbappe in acres of space out wide. Rijkaard. Van Dijk. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Inter Milan go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Beraldo kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Hakimi. Shot could be on. Great ball. Chance. Sticks it away. Pedri, looking for the run. He's on it. Can he get away? Oh, well played. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Robertson. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Pedri. That is a great pick out. Struck first time.
That is special! Gareth Bale! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And yes, it's him again.
Inter Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally...
Shoots! Off the post! He scored! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
That's a throw. Tries a measured ball. Bale. Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Almost the perfect move. Almost. The finish just wasn't quite at the same level. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And he's there to clear it. Has a shot! And that would have won it.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
Corner number 2 then.
Keeper's dealt with that.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
That's a little off target. Now it's Torres. Pedri. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Van Basten.
Can he finish?
And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Barcelona really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Neatly clipped into space. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Bale. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Kimmich. Done delicately. Oh, that's well spotted. Nicely weighted ball. And that will be it.
Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all glued to our seats from the very beginning.
Bale picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
I'd like to ask you to join me in
So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, the early goals certainly helped settle everything down, and from there you felt this was always going to go one way. So this turns out to be a very fine day at the office.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, what a scene. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
So it's down to business here. Adriano, the man they call Imperatore, the Emperor.
Indeed, when he gets his game in good order, he is pretty much untouchable with that monster of a left foot.
Can be a showstopper, that.
Now it's Batistuta.
Nicely intercepted.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Adams cuts it out. Aims beyond the defence. Shoots! They've scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Inter Milan are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. And here's Torres.
Fernando Torres really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
It's a pretty loose pass. And here's Torres. Now it's Raul. Bale. And he's in on... It's Bale! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Raul deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Batistuta! And the keeper has reacted superbly there. Batistuta clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. And it's been taken short. And he's hit it long. And now a sudden chance to counter. Played into space. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Raul, and here's Bale. Shot could be on. Fernando shapes to shoots. It's a goal. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Everyone waited for the cross, but he had other ideas.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
Inter Milan grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Deep through. And this is Torres. Alexander-Arnold clears. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet really to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Inter will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
Inter Milan are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
it's Bale. Ambitious ball here. Important interception. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, well played. That's going to go a long way. Rijkaard. He is always looking to break lines. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Xavi is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Bale. Good pressure, determined, intense. Pedri. Now that looks a decent ball. Bale. Bellingham. Adriano. Oh, well measured. Oh, red. Nice interception. Pedri. Looking for options for movement. Knocks it into space. Bellingham. Now that's well seen too. Oh, can he get onto this? Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
He's having a shot! Goal! And they get themselves in front! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart. And it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's all...
Chance for a shot! And that could come back to haunt them.
Well, it's certainly encouraging, Peter. At least they're going about things the right way after falling behind.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Kimmich with the short one. Now it's Kimmich. Kimmich, terrific header! Should have equalised.
Well, at least it's earned him a little applause from the boss. The finish was lacking, but everything else was pretty good. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
A real chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
The timing of the pass and run was exquisite.
Substitution for Inter. Number 5.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Rijkaard. Number 8. Raul. Number 20. Joshua Kimmich.
Grimaldo plays it short.
Field.
Guardiola gets rid without sophistication. Camera. It's Bergkamp. Tries a shot! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Time added on 4 minutes. It's a searching pass. Canova. And that's that. Inter Milan perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. It's us or them. Always has been, always will be. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
That has not gone well. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Now it's Owen, and this is Rooney. Rooney was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
And it's Neymar. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Aimed beyond the defence. Bale showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Conte, Neymar, now it's Neymar, Pedri, defence opting here for strength in numbers, now it's Pedri, great Bale! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
The two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And here's Owen. And that has put paid to that. Raul. Inter can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break. Well, they've got it again. And this is Raul. Conte. And Maradona. Rooney. Now it's Neymar. Oh, that's superb. It's Rooney! Oh, that is rather wayward. Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper. Beckham. And we hit half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes? Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands. So no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time. Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Inter Milan are going to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football. Great chance! Oh, it's gone in! AC Milan are all square. Simplicity itself. Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner and he picked them off instead. Milan grabbed the equaliser and we're all square. Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass. Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off and it wasn't the best decision. Oh, good read. He read that really well and stopped it. This looks promising. Beckham is looking to influence the game from out wide. Who saw this coming? So close to victory, and it has got away. Rijkaard. Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they? Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan. Pedri. And here's Bale. Takes a shot. It's hit the crossbar. I'll be a bit disappointed with that. He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that. Costa Curta. And it's Beckham. And it's Neymar. Now it's Owen. That's a delicate pass. Oh, well played. Bayer is there to clear. Somehow he managed to miss it. Oh, look, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal. Pedri. Kimmich. Nicely intercepted. Now it's Raul. And here's Torres. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though. Now it's Bale. In with the challenge. Played out towards the right wing. Maradona. Oh, super ball. Threads one in. Van Dijk. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Rooney. Oh, tries a shot! Oh, yes, it's there! And that has raised the roof! So smooth. A signature finish. Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
And we're done. Inter Milan did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to play a defeat made. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a... For the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. As you can see, we've already started here. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making defending fashionable again.
I didn't know it had gone out of fashion, Peter, but yeah, his exploits certainly led to the guys at the back getting a bit more credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure for you that's a very welcome development.
And long overdue.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he was quick to react. And the counter is on. Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now there's a... Torres! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And that's a goal kick. Conte. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. And here's Torres. And this is his try one! He's done very well to get to that.
Bale actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Hakimi. Pedri, and it's Kimmich. Passes short and sharp. Conte, and reclaimed it in a trice. Now it's Bale. And it's Hakimi. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Cannavaro tries to clear. Raul going face to face with his great rival. Rijkaard has a look and plays it forward.
Internacional looking to pass their way through. Grimaldo. Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Knocks it into space. Tries to play it through. Now it's Bale. And we have our very first corner. He's got goal. Decent enough try.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time.
Substitution in progress.
There's the start of the second half.
Inter have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
That has not gone well. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And that is out of play. And he whips it in. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Koundé, it's a searching pass. It's a threatening ball. Bayer getting this one clear.
Inter have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Pedri. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Luis Suarez. And this is Bale. Great ball, and he's in. Can he finish? Goal! The breakthrough arrives at last. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have the first goal.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Kimmich with the short one. He's on it, shapes to shoot! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. Your impressions so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
And this is Bale. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And the shots! Oh, that is rather wayward. Oh.
What a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Kimmich picks it up from the goal kick. Tries from distance. Courtois is there to clear. Inter really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Chance, surely! It's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong. Internacional are sitting pretty, 2-0 up. Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That pass has been well intercepted. Rijkaard. And the number on the board is 3. Internacional clearly now in lead preservation mode. Rijkaard. And that will be it. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is...
Julius Konde. Hianate.
Oh, what the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. On the stage for
for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Pepe may well need to be at his best. There's a power about his game.
Can he finish? Oh, that wasn't far away. Kukçu. Pedri. And it's Pedri. Across the quarter. Pedri. Ball played for Kukçu. In towards the centre. That's going to go a long way. Across the quarter. It's going to be another throw. And it's Pedri. Spread out to the left. He's in a good position here. That is a crunching tackle. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. And can he finish it? And that's caused a worry or two. It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short. Across the corner. And he shoots! He is desperate to get on the score sheet. But not this time.
Inter really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Aduh, salah habis nih.
Kimmich picks it up from the goal kick. Now it's Torres. Might be danger here. Ronaldinho looking to be a menace in the final third. And it's Pedri. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And that should get the job done. Still goalless at the moment. Jordan Henderson. Look at the space here. And Torres! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Inter Milan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
That's a tried and tested formula, okay, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up.
Torres!
Rijkaard.
And it's Ronaldinho. Nicely weighted ball. Kimmich. Now it's Torres. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's Forlan. Marquinhos promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Lewandowski.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Fernando Torres. Kukçu. Now it's Torres. Great vision.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
Pedri will perfectly measure that. And he's being shifted off it. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think they can be very happy with the flow of the game so far. They're moving the ball around very nicely. They're creating opportunities too. They must need to find a way to add that touch of quality in front of goal, that extra clinical edge.
So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Inter have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break. Marquinhos does really well to win the ball there. And this is Forlan. Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time. Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. Now, can they get him away? He plays one free. He's cut it out. Danger averted for now. Tries to play it through. That looks a decent ball. Great chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there. Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. And this is Forlan. Left tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Pedri. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. That'll be a throw-in. Shot could be on. He's a sharp little ball here. This looks promising. It's Lewandowski. It's bounced back off the post. And yes, it's there! And that could well be the winner. What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Substitution for Inter, number 17.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Barcelona have fired themselves in front. You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter. The desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive. Drogba is flagged offside. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals. And he was quick to react. Bale. Barcelona have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence. Olise. Kukçu. Koundé looking to play him in, and that could send him on his way. Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stops. Yeah, the ball in there was simply superb. He won't be too happy that it's gone to waste like that. All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there. Kukçu goes short. Now it's Kukçu. Kukçu's cross. Rijkaard gets good distance on it.
Has been indicated.
And here's Bale to Torres! And that will be the final act. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. The message of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal.
Makin jauh. Neng, kamu berangkat jam berapa besok? Bareng sama A berangkatnya. Jam berapa? Jam 1 siang. Oh, kirain pagi. Ama ngomong sama Pak Sopian. Pak Sopian, saya telat ya. Nganter bini dulu kok.
Kan udah ngomong nih.
Kontrol.
Pagi berangkat siang. Tapi kemarin kan nggak boleh pagi. Pagi itu kemarin doang. Yang hari Selasa, hari Kamis kemarin ngadain pagi.
Oh, udah ngomong ke itu. Nyari-nyari tukeran juga. Kirain pagi berangkatnya.
Pagi itu kemarin doang, kan nggak boleh. Jadinya
Jadi sampai sore.
malam lah.
Sampai malam ya.
Kalau ini kebagian kalau mau pulang pagi.
Iya. Emang disuruhnya
Makanya nih pengen datang berangkat jam 1 sampai jam 2.
emang itunya biasa kontrolnya jam berapa? Jam 4 itunya mah. Tetap jam 4.
Tetap jam
4 mulainya mah.
jam 6.
Jam 6.
Daftarnya jam 5 kalau yang baru bisa ATM itu.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
Lainnya makanya sama bahaya.
So off we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today? Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick. Can he finish?
And the keeper has reacted superbly there. Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Millwall with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually.
Oh, smashing! Oh, it's come off the upright.
And now they can spring out of defence. Bale. It's Kimmich. Bale. And the shot! Ambitious, but just off target.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Adams. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Knocks it into space. He has a look out. There's the shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pedri. Still goalless at the moment. Costa Curta. And Adams. Costa Curta. And the pass is intercepted. And that's put paid to a promising move. And here's Torres. And a chance!
Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
In Inter Milan have taken the lead.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And he's only too happy to take that back. Pedri, excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Real chance here. Goes for a shot!
Oh, terrific save from the keeper. Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. And that should get the job done. Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. Now it's Bale. Koundé. And it's Kukçu. Pedri.
Oh, good read. He read that really well and stopped it.
Good ball over the top. He might be in here. Kimmich. Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. We'll do it back on the first 45 minutes.
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Inter Milan head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. And the game has already resumed here. Inter Milan carrying a 1-goal lead. Kukçu is always scanning the pitch for targets.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Being still separated by the game's only goal. Mbappe is onto this. And they're back on the ball again. Mbappe's having a shot! He hits the net. They have come roaring back.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Terrific header! Well, that is clearly not the outcome we wanted.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Costa Curta. Raul. Vitinha. He's a sharp little ball here. Bale! Goal! Inter! And again they hit the front.
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Inter Milan get themselves into the lead. Oh, facing up. And he's decided to go for it. Right card, promptly onto that, and that is that. Shot a goal! It's there! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it. So all square and not for the first time. Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant. Ambitious ball here. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, there's the clearance. It'll be a throw-in. And he's being shifted off it. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Has been indicated.
That pass has been well intercepted. That's going in strongly. And he's looking at the referee, and the referee is shaking his head. And that's it. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. So bring it on. Height, expectation, emotion. The kick-off, the excitement already palpable.
Inter against Indonesia.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, Peter, if you're looking for a top-class left-back, look no further than this guy. Seriously rapid Serginho. What can we expect from him? Well, he's like a full-back, wing-back and winger fused into one. There's a lot of people who can learn a thing or two about the way he moves about the pitch. Goes for a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping. Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. And we have our very first corner. That's a decent clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Torres threads one in. And this is Bale. Pedri. And this is Bale. It's Bale! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump. Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit. And
It's Fernando Torres. Tries to pass it through. A chance for a shot! Goal! Inter! He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
So, a breakthrough already. Played out wide. Inter Milan are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Raul. Bale looking to get on the end of this. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Bale. Bale! Now it's Kukçu. But what about this cross? And that should get the job done. Raul. It's a really well-measured ball. That's an excellent interception. Oh, that's fabulous. It's a chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Almost half an hour in now. Passes coming off in quick succession here. With Pedri. Pedri was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Inter are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, you need a
Shapes to shoot!
Glorious! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
He just absolutely speared that in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Inter Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Yeah, the confidence we can admire, the decision-making we can't. He learned from it.
Ambitious ball here, and Dyke cuts it out. Nicely shaped ball. Marquinhos. And this is Bale. Serginho. And the whistle goes for half-time. To review the first half.
Inter really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team. So I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same focus again.
Special birthday.
Inter Milan are heading into the break very happy with how it's gone so far. So off we go once more. It's Ronaldinho. Tries to play it through. No way through there. Now the ball in. Cleared without hesitation. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Fernando Torres is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. That has not gone well. Well, there's the clearance. Indonesia can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Now it's Bale. Bale. Inter Milan with this 2-goal lead. They're certainly looking much the more assured side. Searching pass is played there. Let's make sure that's not getting through. Hazard with the delivery. That's just playing it safe and simple. It's a pretty loose pass.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Costa Curta. And he's there to retrieve it. And it's Kukcu. Great ball if he can get there. And this is Bale. And a chance! Oh, it's come loose. And it's Pedri. Gives it back. And this is Bale. Shot a goal! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Inter really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue. Raul.
Indonesia are looking to break at pace.
Raul.
Kimmich. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight.
Beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Pedri is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And it's Serginho. And the shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game.
Coming on the field, number 18.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness.
noise is just about reaching a here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running.
Any attack containing Raul is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves before the team.
There's the shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Threads one in. And he's away. A lot of space ahead of him. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Costa Curta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Kokchu, and this is Torres. Tries to pass it through. He is through here. And the finish! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And that is doing no harm at all.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Raul stood up well to him there. Looking to play him in. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Bale is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Koundé kept his eye on it, and he's there. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And this is Torres. Oh, just skips past his man.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And smartly reclaimed. And here's Raul. Fernando Torres. Decent chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Inter Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Cleared away. And it's Kimmich. Camavinga tries to clear. It's a delicate pass. Camavinga did well to emerge from the ball. It's a contest to keep an eye on. Van Dijk can get it clear. Can he get it through? Kimmich. That looks a decent ball. And the whistle goes for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Inter really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Inter Milan have Mbappe!
Oh, that is rather wayward. Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment. from the defence. Kupchu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Donnarumma clears. Looking for a runner. Oh, he's onto this. And the chance! It's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they want another.
Itu tiba-tiba
He
nih.
does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
That has certainly made things interesting. I'd happily watch this. Shapes to shoot! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Akanji, it's a lovely neat pass. Now it's Torres. And a chance! Goal! Inter!
And they're back in front.
Mati ya itu ini.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
Inter Milan go into the lead. Akanji, he won't be happy with that one. Knocks it into space. He's in a great position here. Shot a goal! In for the pieces! He has done it! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence, and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
And yes, it's him. Can he finish? Goal! Celtic! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. Looking for options, for movement.
And he's let fly. Inter Milan are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Pedri. And he's only too happy to take that back. Alexander-Arnold. That has not gone well. Kimmich. And it's Fernando Torres. It's a searching pass. No, that was never going to make it. Now it's Torres. Cuts out the supply. Now, can they get him away? And the shot! It's hit the upright. Pedri. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. It is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle. Well, Peter, when you've got a striker like Romario in your team, you're always going to be in with a chance.
Oh, there's no one quite like him.
Yeah, a bit of a revolutionary. He was one of the first strikers to venture outside the penalty area, dropping deep, linking up the play.
He's tried one!
Big relief. Needed better contact.
Well, just too much pressure on him in the end, Peter.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Turns back here, probably the best option. Played out to the right. The pass is intercepted. Nachos Nunes is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a
Chance for a shot! He is just caressing the ball. Brilliantly cut out. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, there's a probing ball. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, can they get him away? And a chance! Glittering goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And Inter go in front. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
That pass has been well intercepted. Searching pass is played there. Now it's Mbappe. Inter Milan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Oh, it's a tried and tested formula, okay, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
That has not gone well. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Well, they put it back in a hurry. Now it's from Mario. It's not an especially good pass, that. Raul. Rafinha. Now it's from Mario. Oh, that's superb. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And it's Fernando Torres. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Substitution. Inter Milan leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Inter definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to pull this off.
And the shot!
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Oh, it's a promising build-up. There's plenty of really nice... There's the shot! Rafinha. Still just a single goal between the sides. And that has put paid to that. Raul.
Oh, good read. That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now he's got space here. Well, there's the clearance. Guardiola. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to...
Real chance! It's a goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Face to face with the keeper. And the finish! It's hit the crossbar. Koundé. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh no, this does not look good. Vitinha, and he's forced to go back. Now it's Torres. He welcomes it in. Now it's Romario. Nicely intercepted. Looking for the run. And that could set him on his way. Guardiola threads one in. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
The final 5 minutes. Pedri. Inter Milan looking to pass their way through. Lovely. Now then, it's built! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Dale actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Adams makes the interception. And the referee brings it to a close. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sport...
Huh? Terus tinggal tahun baru. Nah,
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not fit. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
Torres showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
lebih yang meninggal.
Searching pass is played there. Very nicely done. Good spot that. Has ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Oh, Bobby juga udah meninggal.
Belum lah.
Beyond the defence. He's come through and he's had a quick look inside.
Kalau dia ngomong
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
di HP dah.
Oh, what has happened here? And this is Pele.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game should...
It's Pele! Off the post.
He's missed, but not by that far. I think his face smacks of disbelief as opposed to disappointment. He thought he was about to score.
That has ended up in no man's land. Pedri. And this is Torres. Tries from a long way out.
Inter really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Knocks it into space. Now it's Torres. Pinches it off him. Kupchu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Beckenbauer makes the interception. Tries to play it through. And this is Scholes. And he's having a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal, Italy! There is the breakthrough. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
Italy are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Crossed it again. Rijkaard gathers from the goal kick. Out to the right. Now, can they get him away? And this is Torres! There will be 1 minute added time. That is good alertness. And it's half-time here. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. The lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, all things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Substitution for Inter, number 23, Van Dijk. Coming on to replace him is...
Here we go again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open. Bale receives it in a wide position. Pele can see things others simply cannot. And he was quick to react. Inter Milan do appear to have made a half-time change. I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy. And this is Hazard. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Bale. He's going to be disappointed with that. Inter really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see. There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here. Real chance!
It's a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Italy are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive. Italy are doing very nicely, thank you. Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up. And he's there to make the challenge. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And he's managed to get free. Pedri. That's really well manoeuvred. He's paid it back. Well, he just didn't have any support. Half an hour gone in the second half. Kukçu. Now it's Torres. Pedri. It's Fernando Torres. Raul. Now it's Pele. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Kukçu. Fernando Torres. He has found the way through. Tries a shot! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal. Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment. We have got ourselves a game here. Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode. And this is Pele. Kukçu. Pedri. Great vision. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Please join
Well, the
me.